During the rankings and reviews, this graph will pop up occasionally. It roughly shows my enjoyment of the music. Each unit of 1 on the y-axis means that I like the song 2 times more than the previous unit, meaning it's exponential. I rank aggressively, so a 5 out of 10 is not mediocre, but rather, it's actually good. There will most likely never be a 0 or 10 given out, but on occasion, I do manage to find some abysmal dog shit or absolute peak. All songs are from my playlists, which I don't feel like linking. Anyways. Alright, we're actually getting close. We are getting very close to finishing the SoundCloud playlist. I think it's only a couple hundred songs after this, probably around 200, and I can finally stop doing this. It's not that I don't like doing it, it's more so that I kind of just want to do other stuff right now, and I also think I'm getting close to getting what I want out of this, which is just learning how to speak, speak well in an unscripted manner. I will still keep doing this, but I'm just only going to be doing the milestones from now on, maybe like every 500 songs still, but I think what I'll do later on is actually put my review in the notes tab, so I'm actually going to change that real quick to saying notes slash review. So we left off at, what was it? Jolly Good Show by Harvey Rothman. Some weird jazz fusion. It's a little strange. Very heavy on the synth, but I wouldn't say it's like goes as hard as electronic. And I'm not saying in terms of quality, just like on how like aggressive it is. It's actually much more laid back. I think it's pretty cool. Also, this part right here really reminds me of Pops when he says Jolly Good Show.
Jolly good show.
Interesting. And then the harmonica of all things comes in. It's alright. It's pretty decent. I'll give it a 4. It's a solid yes. Alright, next up we got is Close Your Eyes to Me by Desolo Zantas. Slightly more heavy on the ambience and trance, but it does pick up into something more like percussion heavy. It's pretty interesting, and also it has vocals. Not something I would have expected from a song like this. It's not bad though. It's a little psychedelic. I think I'll give the rest of the song a listen. It's been a while, but I do remember enjoying it a little bit. Alright, that was neat. It's pretty good. I'll give it a 4. It's alright. I just, kind of get a little tired because it's like 4.5 minutes, over 4.5 minutes of this, and it does change around a bit, but it does get a bit tiring to listen to. I wish it was a little shorter, or just got to the point faster. Next up we got is Clerico from Kiltro. It has been so long since I've heard this song. I actually have to listen to the whole thing, and it's 5 minutes and 9 seconds long. That's rough, but I think it's pretty well done, and I think it also has lyrics. It has a slow build-up, it actually has variety, but I'll confirm that once I actually listen to the entire thing. Alright, I finally managed to listen to the whole song. I'm just putting it back on so people could hear. The vocalist really does sound like more folk and country than I thought it would be, and it's pretty interesting how, puts a spin on the genre. It's actually fairly nice to listen to. I'll give it a 4.5. It's kind of good. It's crazy. Next up we got is When I Was Done by a remix by Taitoki. I remember this song. The lyrics are really weird. It is really weird. I don't even understand what it's supposed to mean. I don't even know if it means anything. But anyways, the original is way more relaxed and like mumbly, like relaxed and tranquil, while this one is much more like explosive in comparison. So I actually do like this version more than the original, but in the end, I'm gonna have to give it a 4. It's fun to listen to, but I wouldn't listen to it on my own time. I used to, but I just mostly liked it because of how weird it was. We got Waiting from Peak Divide and Rachel Lake. I was planning on funding the Kickstarter for this game to get like at least a copy of it, but I didn't have the money at the time, so I just said, yeah, I'll just buy it when it releases. And it's been like, what, 3 to 2 years? And it just barely showed up on the Steam page. I always kind of liked rhythm games, and in order to have a good rhythm game, you need to have good music, and it's got that. Got some like local band music style. It's interesting. It has some pretty cool moments though. It's actually very solid. Waiting is like my second favorite or third favorite song. It's been a long time. I've replayed the demo a lot, but I still don't really remember much from it. It's a pretty good song. It's not a song about love, which is honestly a banger. I get so tired of that. I'll give it a 5, yeah. A 5 and a yes. Very solid, very good. Alright, now we got Mirror, my favorite song from the demo soundtrack. Very, very solid. Actually, that just reminded me, I forgot to put Unbeatable as the game title. The song really knows when to slow down and when to pick back up, and the vocalist here has an absolutely beautiful voice. Like, I don't like capture any sort of like off feeling to it ever. I feel like every note she wanted to hit, she hit perfectly. And the way it just harmonizes with itself is so well done. The mastering is also pretty cool. I can't really like say any negatives about this song, but I'm not saying it's like a perfect song. But it is a very, very high quality song for where it's coming from. So I'm giving this a 6.5. I absolutely do recommend it. I'm more so saying like I absolutely recommend the game if you're a fan of like rhythm games and the sort of like sharp style and animation. It's really cool. Alright, now we got Forever Now. Forever Now is also a really fun map to play, or chart, I should say. It's very nice sounding too. I think this is my second favorite one. It's Mirror is my favorite, Forever Now is my second favorite, and then Waiting is my third favorite. Another very beautifully sung song. It's really cool to hear just how like heavy the guitar is, but you have like these very soft vocals, not really clashing, but like sort of just synergizing with it, and it's really cool how they managed to do that. Like usually, I hate a lot of emo bands, like they can be very annoying, but I could very realistically see this being like an emo band. They're like screaming these lyrics, but she does it very softly and very nicely, and it's just very pleasant on the ears. Like I understand the whole like, oh, it's supposed to represent your feelings, your raw feelings, but I'm not gonna lie, a lot of the time it sounds like nerdy loser-ass like music, and I get the people who like it, but it's just not for me personally. I just think you should make it sound good regardless, unless like it really does add that extra feeling to it. I'm giving this a 5.5. It is very good. I really just love how this song sounds. Alright, now we got Mayday Ghostal. Sounds like no copyright music, I won't lie. Sounds like an insult, it's not really. I'm more so saying that it just sounds like a song that doesn't have like a very defined like image that it's trying to go for sometimes. It sounds very broad, but I'm not saying it's bad. It's actually quite the opposite. This is a really good song. You hear that? That sounded raw as hell. That sounded like it came from a real guitar, which it most likely did. Real instruments will always be digital for a long time. I don't see digital instruments or software beating mechanical and traditional anytime soon. I'm gonna have to give this song a 5. I actually really like this song. It's really solid. It's very consistently good all throughout. Like usually with these like no copyright sounding songs, It usually has its highs and lows. It's pretty like flat on some sections and you're just waiting for the good part, but this song's just good all throughout consistently. Next up we got is Summer Leaves by Fox. Kind of reminds me of Mario music for some reason. This little bit at the beginning. It's very playful. It sounds very just childlike. Well, not really childlike, just sounds very just jolly. Like if Mario Maker had what Little Big Planet 3 had and had the sequencer where you can make your own music, this really sounds like something you'd be able to make. It's really interesting. I'll give it a 4.5. It's kind of good. It sounds a little rough on occasion on my ears with just how like loud some sections can be, and I just mainly want to hear like the background instruments sometimes. But overall it's pretty decent. Another issue I have is just 5 minutes and 13 seconds. Why is it that long? Does it loop twice? Pretty sure it loops twice. Even then, that's still a little long. I feel like this song would have done just fine, like being under 2 minutes. Ovaltine Sunset by Sam Solantano. Very nice and tranquil, like, natural music. It's got these little, like, solo sections in here, which is pretty cool. I always enjoy some variation. I'll have to give this a 4.5 as well. It's kind of good. But it's very simple. Now we have Only at Your Convenience by Graham Cartna. Sounds a little bit like theater music on occasion with the vocals. It sounds a bit over the top, and it's the beginning part and the instrument choice is pretty interesting, and also it sounds very rudimentary. I don't understand. And then it starts getting really abstract towards the end. It just kind of goes on the deep end. It's very weird, but overall I think it's okay. This song's okay. I'll give it a 3.5. Would I recommend it? Depends. If you like this type of music, like goofy, not really goofy, if you like strange, theatrical music, theatrical online music. Alright, now we got Shu-Fi Pie. Your Best Friend Chippy. That is a weird name. It seems like an MF Doom fan remix that includes his own vocals. I'm not sure if that's true, but that's just what it sounds like. It's really well done though. It really captures his style. It's rapping like in a faster rhythm than it sounds naturally, but that actually plays into the song. Hear that? Sometimes people say the beat is often too high or something like that. That's actually pretty cool. It actually explains mid-song why it sounds the way it is in a natural, flowing way. That's really cool. And the dude who adds his own lyrics to it is actually not that bad. He's actually pretty solid. That's very surprising. Usually with a lot of fan music, it just sounds like thug shit sometimes, but this is actually very like nice. It sounds very natural. I will have to give this a strong 5. It is good. Alright, now we got Look Up by Otto Hart. Got some electronic alternative pop music, and it sounds like it's trying to impersonate older times. Probably 90s or early 2000s. I'm not sure. It's not bad though, it's pretty cool. The effects used are a little strange, but it's well done. It's good. And it's consistently good. But in the end, I will have to give this a 4.5. Do I recommend it? Actually, yeah. Especially for this part right here. That's pretty cool. Alright, now we got K9 by Neighborhood Fandle. It sounds extremely similar to Theme of a Really Cool Bird in terms of like how it sounds, how it progresses, and the instruments used as well. It's damn near 1-to-1. It's very surprising. And I actually do like this more than Theme of a Really Cool Bird. It sounds a lot less like very high energy, and it feels much more natural, and the instruments used is just, it feels like it fits in perfectly. Whereas I think Theme of a Really Cool Bird, sometimes it sounds a little artificial in the way that it just, like, tries to get that emotion across, while this one feels very natural, and it feels very just gradual in the way it progresses towards progresses towards things. The sounds used is also a lot less harsh and way more well mixed. Like, Theme of a Really Cool Bird really, like, it started grating my ears a little bit on occasion with just how, like, sharp and just strong they were. Well, I have to give this a 5, genuinely. Yeah, I do recommend it, for sure. Alright, next up is Loner by Glatox. It kind of reminds me of animation memes in a way for some reason, and I don't really know how to explain why. The way it sounds is very strange, and it sounds very just out there and unique. It's pretty cool. In the end, I will have to give this like a 4. It's alright. Do I recommend it? Depends. I'll say if you're into alternative internet music, I guess. I feel like this song really just conveys a lot of its meaning through like people who use the internet a lot, essentially. Alright, Deadbeat Boulevard by Ace of Hearts, Alpharad, the guy who says do it for the funny. I never liked that joke. That shit was always annoying, I won't lie. I have a lot of bad opinions about that type of humor. But anyways. Phenomenal artist though, musician. And for someone who's pitch deaf, or like tone deaf, I forgot which one he was, or if that's the same thing, he is really good at singing. People will say that the vocals are alright, but for what he has, and for it being like some of his first music made, it is very solid, very impressive what he's able to do. Deadbeat Boulevard is pretty good. Though a little generic, I can't deny its quality, and I actually do like listening to it, so I'll have to give it a 4.5. It is kind of good. I actually do recommend it. I feel like you could give this to someone and say like, and never mention that it's YouTuber music, and they wouldn't be able to tell. The person who he hired to work on the instrumentals did a great job. I'm not gonna lie, he kind of carried, but I'm not gonna say he fully carried. Now we got the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stone Ocean Jolene theme. This is just the extension of like the trailer one that was teased years ago. I thought it was pretty neat. It's very like orchestral and intense, and it's got some rock aspects to it. I'll give it a 4.5 as well. It's pretty good. I do recommend it. Actually, I'll say it depends if you're a JoJo fan. Alright, now we got some instrumental avant-garde-ish music. It's a little weird with it. It's a little strange. I'll have to give it a strong 3.5. It's just kind of like the same thing over and over again for a while, for 2.5 minutes. I guess depends. Actually, I'll just say no, honestly. I'll just say no. It just feels boring, essentially. It just feels boring. That's it. It sounds like a test song. Like a practice song. Alright, now we got Fibonacci 3. The credits and lobby music by Andy Poland and Mike Finney. Got some of that, how would I say, like classical jazz, like vocals to it. It's really well done. I don't know exactly what it is, but I'll just pretend you know what I mean when I say that. It's really well done. Really cool. It's like that, like, cool little, like, 4-man band, like, vocalist style. I'll give it a 5, genuinely. It's really nice. It's kind of unfortunate to see how hard Jackbox fell off. Like, you could only make so many, like, party games, but I feel like there was more than what they made. I just think that, I don't know, they either got tired of doing it, or they just tried milking it dry with the same stuff instead of actually trying, like, cool new shit. Because, like, they made, like, Quiplash 4 or 3. it's getting kind of tiresome. Alright, next up we got is Oxenfree Beacon Beach from Scientific. I don't know if this is from a game or not, or from a show. All I know is that it sounds pretty decent. Kind of reminds me of like a more intense version of Outer Wilds music, or maybe something from like Inside. Anyways, kind of like hipster music. Kind of reminds me of that, I won't lie. I'll give it a solid 4. It's alright. Do I recommend it? Depends. It's very environmental. Alright, next up we got is Needles by Iodine. You know, a surprising amount of these have furry album covers. Well, not really album covers, but like song covers. The art. It's strange. I don't know why there's so much of that. Like, usually I wouldn't point that type of stuff out, but it's gotten to the point where, like, wow, it is gone a little prevalent for some reason. It's pretty decent. Kind of reminds me of, like, I don't know, some, like, obscure indie game tech, like, OST. I'll give it a 4. It's alright. Do I recommend it? Yeah, I do. It's also got this little section right here with the piano. But I do get a little tired of that, like, synth playing all throughout the song, and the sound effects are a little harsh. And specifically what I mean is like the branches crackling and stuff like that. Alright, now we got one hell of a song title name. When a Beatles and Super Mario song have the same chord progression by Excitely. I think it's Octopus's Garden is the one they chose. And unironically not that bad sounding. It's a cool spin on an old song. It's just really goofy and it's just kind of fun to think about and hear. As an actual song, it'd be alright, but as a novelty, it's pretty decent. I'll give it a 4.5. It's actually kind of good. That's the strangest part about this whole thing. Man, if you want to talk about chronically online music, then damn, we found the magnum opus. It's like a mashup of like 5 songs, and it just... You had to be a bit of a strange fellow to like unironically like this song, and I'm not saying that it's bad, but like... I think it's more so... I more so appreciate just the amount of talent that's just been put into it from just how well mashed up these are. Like, it's very natural and smooth, but I'm not a fan of just the output itself. Like, I appreciate the work into it and how well it sounds, but the product in the end is just not for me. So I'll have to give this a strong 4, and I'll say depends if you like weird mashups. Alright, now we got Blue Bay Beach from Paper Mario Color Splash. I hear a lot of people shit on Color Splash for some reason. I thought every Paper Mario game was good, up until like Origami King, which was getting mixed reviews. I think that it's very solid, it's very strong, kind of reminds me of Animal Crossing New Horizons music. I will have to give this a 5. It is good. It is actually pretty good. I don't know why I don't have this in my other playlist that I use more, but at least I know now. Alright, now we got Hopscotch by Nell Ward. It's Nell Ward style, dude. I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like Jack Stauber's or Bill Wurtz's style. It's just unique to their own thing. It's surprisingly not bad for how gimmicky it is. I'll have to give this a strong 4.5. It's actually kind of good. I have to say it. Alright, Jet Set Radio, like this and like that. Hideki Naganuma, people absolutely love this guy and their niche subculture. I never really was a huge fan, but I understand the appeal. I just think it's kinda good, but it's a little much for me. Got some like plunder phonics to it, which is apparently what you call it when you mix people's voices. It's weird. I still don't understand genres, but I imagine you might understand what I'm saying. We got Wonder Under by Glad Rags. Got some jazz, new wave feel to it. And it's very dreamy. That part specifically. the way it slowly transitions into another person's voice. It's very well done. I really hope that they continue to make music, because this is very solid, but it does sound like a song from like people who aren't too experienced. I will have to give this a strong 4.5. It is actually pretty good. It's short, it's sweet, it's 1 minute and 33 seconds long. It doesn't overstay its welcome, and what it does is very memorable. Alright, now we got Bedroom by Taitoiki again. I'm pretty sure, yeah, he's the guy who made When I Was Done Dying, the remix. Pretty good song. It's very just ambient though. It sounds like very decent background music, and yet again, I feel like the mastering is a little strange. It doesn't feel as natural as it could be. I don't know how to describe it, but I feel like every instrument's just like in a completely different area. Not in like a, you know, like well, like thought out, planned orchestral way where like violins go here, trumpets, or not trumpets, violas go here, cellos go here in the bass. It just sounds digital. It sounds very artificial. The song itself is actually pretty good. I will have to give this a 4. It's alright. It's 4.5. It's 4 minutes and 50 seconds though. That's the thing that makes me not give it a 4.5. I feel like the songs usually just linger way too long on some parts, even when they are slow. I usually don't like that too much personally. Some people may like it, I don't. And I'm gonna end it off here on Left Bank 2 Bank. Actual banger. This is just phenomenal. A masterclass in background audio. Very soft, but it gives you that impression of just like existing, just literally existing. Nostalgia may play in a role in it, but regardless of nostalgia, it is just a very solid song. Like, you hear just the way it rings out, and then it just like bounces in. Not sharply comes in, but bounces in. It's just so pleasant, and it's just so reassuring to hear. I have to give this I'm tempted to give it a 6, like I actually really do just like it, but I'll give it a 5.5. I don't think I like it that much. Okay, I do like it that much, I'll give it a 6. It's been nice. I'm getting real close. I'm almost at the 1,000 mark. 250 songs away till I reach 1,000. Technically 1,025 is when I reach the 1,000 mark, but this list has gone to shit since like the beginning. It's really weird to keep track of. When I finish the SoundCloud playlist, I'm done. I'm done with this whole like reviewing every single song. I will still do it, like I said, in the notes section, but I'll just do the milestones only, and maybe when I feel like it, I'll go over like all the obscure stuff, like these independent SoundCloud artist songs that I ranked. Even though I did rank them a little low, I wonder how high the quality is nowadays, because this is from like, what, 7 years ago? 4 years ago? They must have improved it by a ton. So, in the end, I guess we'll just have to see through it.